XRP is scarcer than Bitcoin. So, before you freak out, wait and see what exactly I have to tell you. Also, Trump is buying more. And we also have a suspect in the Bybit Hack case. Has he already been caught? You will find out in this video. And also the trading setup for today. I would say see you after the intro. Let's dive right in. Now, new from Uptrend VIP Trading. Your opportunity to copy the signals of two professional traders for free. They managed to grow an account from $4,000 to $30,000 within 2 months. The results in the group are also impressive. All you need for this is a deposit of $100 into your BingX account. You can find all further information below in the description. A quick look at the crypto bubbles. Nothing is up right now. Nothing special. It's going up and down. Some are in the plus, some in the minus. Good on weekly and monthly views. It doesn't look so rosy now, but the daily view is at least green. One must not forget at this point that institutional investors are not active on the weekend. Therefore, the market makers can beautifully play their game there. But before we start, a big thank you once again. Yes, I know, the video yesterday was a bit out of the ordinary. The clicks weren't that massive either. However, the likes in relation to that, thank you very, very much. And if you want to support my work, my hours of research, and this video specifically, it's completely easy and free. Just leave a free like now or feel free to write a comment. And if you're new, maybe watching the first video and are looking for a channel that provides you with fact-oriented, honest, neutral, and daily content, especially delivering the most important crypto news and additionally a trading setup, then welcome, you can become an uptrender. Simply leave a free subscription here, activate the bell, and then you're in. I would say let's get started. Quickly to the general news, which you might already be aware of. Yes, Trump has announced the Biden crypto war is over, and a new era is to be initiated. He has now said this himself in Miami, and corresponding executive orders are already on the way, which should not be forgotten. And that is indeed something positive. Again, on the one hand, here is the number. It has increased a bit. I still find it exciting because Ethereum and also Bitcoin are no longer on this wallet. Now, the official statement was, yes, people relax. These are routine checks that are taking place. No idea how long they will take, but as far as I know, what was transferred from Coinbase to where, and since that time, these assets have at least not found their way back to the wallet. So let's wait and see. You can also see this well in the diagram. However, it should be noted, things are definitely picking up a bit again here. And some positions have definitely been repurchased. Before we move on to the next RP news, here's a brief update on the biggest crypto hack in history, Bybit. They have indeed had to record some losses there. We're talking about 1.5 billion or US dollars that was stolen on Friday, totaling 401,000 Ethereum. And then the investigation began with other exchanges immediately being tasked to notify if there were any wallet movements to cash out. That's exactly what happened. So Bybit was involved, etc. And they quickly formed an alliance, which I personally find very, very positive. By the way, just like the markets themselves. So, of course, there was a correction and people were shouting, oh God, that's it, and the bull run is over. But please don't forget, Bitcoin could have easily lost the 90K mark, which we all talked about. If it were to head towards 88,000, we could quickly find our way further down to around 70,000. That didn't happen. So therefore, could one now cautiously assume we have already found the bottom, because from this 90K range, no breakout has occurred. And yes, other assets, the altcoins, have reacted to this, but all within a reasonable range. So even Solana, which was already quite battered as such, one must not forget here with meme coins and scams and everything surrounding the Argentine president, Libra, and so on, happened. If you're more deeply interested in the topic, feel free to click in here. But it should be noted that even there, it didn't go further down. So I just want to briefly put this out there. Bottom on hacks. Maybe we already have. The investigation into the wallet hack definitely continued, and the Lazarus group was identified relatively quickly. If Lazarus doesn't ring a bell for you, it's a likely state-sponsored North Korean hacking group known for numerous hacks. And they have repeatedly made a name for themselves. So the whole thing started with Sony. Initially, it had nothing to do with crypto. It was when the film against Kim Jong-un was released, and in response, they became active and targeted Sony. I believe they obtained social security data. However, it went further. For example, I just mentioned Axie Infinity, which was probably one of the most well-known hacks. Back then, a short story about it, one of the chief programmer, a position offered. And yes, well, he was clever enough and used the exact computer where the whole thing happened to open a link. I believe it was to LinkedIn or something like that. And as a result, they were able to gain access through the back door. And they thoroughly emptied the wallets. And in the meantime, the FBI has also become active and has issued a search warrant for a suspect. So I would say this is not an unknown figure. He has definitely already made it to Employee of the Month or Year. The history is long regarding everything he is supposed to have been involved in. Allegedly. Of course, everything, but well, if the FBI issues something, then you can take it as it is. Yes, the location is supposedly North Korea. So, to what extent the FBI has access and whether this person is possibly being protected by the North Koreans themselves, you can leave it at that for now. All in all, the search is apparently out. Now, there are further news from the SEC because there are several reports circulating. I have read through several reports. The SEC is withdrawing the lawsuit against Coinbase. What's behind this now? Behind it. So at the moment, apparently, this lawsuit has not yet been withdrawn. However, Coinbase has been informed that the lawsuit is to be withdrawn. It would indeed make sense because Coinbase manages over 90% of the total Fedipus volume of spot ETFs. So, I never understood why this lawsuit was left as it was. This is probably not a guarantee that all other lawsuits will be dropped. However, it is indeed a step in the right direction. And now it's just a matter of waiting to see when this lawsuit will finally be effectively resolved or withdrawn. I will definitely keep an eye on it. According to this media report, the XRP whales are also quite active now. Now, one can certainly leave it at that. We have $730 million that have been invested. Yes, the big question now is, of course, when exactly will that happen? This was not clear from this report either. So perhaps older news was consulted again. Who knows? No idea. In any case, the whales, according to this report, they are supposed to be active again. Now, I would like to briefly touch on this dilemma around SEC versus Ripple and what will happen there. So in the first step, I don't think there will be a massive explosion initially because BlackRock hasn't shown any interest in becoming active. And if we look at Grayscale and Co., the Bitcoin ETFs aren't exactly a huge hit. However, among retailers, this could definitely trigger a run. But now to the point. Bitcoin, das ist XRP. Oh, because als the statement was made that I will now use as a reaction, David Schwartz, Ripple's chief technology officer, debunks the scarcity myth. Measured in common units, there are many more Bitcoin than XRP. Okay, I don't quite understand that now because we have 21 million Bitcoin. However, I believe there are 100 billion XRP in total, and not even all of them are on the market. But okay, all right, here is the explanation. He calculates the whole thing. Measured in dollars, the supply of Bitcoin is greater than that of XRP. There is no meaningful correlation for the claim that Bitcoin is scarcer than XRP. With 21 million Bitcoin, which, oh yes, here it is exactly, 100 billion XRP, the narrative sounds logical. However, appearances are deceiving because while the Bitcoin market value is around $1.9 trillion, XRP surpasses $272 billion by sevenfold. For Schwartz, a clear proof that XRP is the most undervalued asset and Bitcoin the overrated bubble. That's quite a statement. So at this point, I'm really curious about what you think of it. I find it a bit, well, questionable because Bitcoin has also increased in value. So, well, with Bitcoin, it's also, yes, sorry folks, decentralized. With an XRP, there's definitely a company behind it. And the tokenomics, well, that's a bit flexible. But as I said, I don't want any hate. I'm trying to keep it very neutral here. So feel free to write in the comments what your opinion is, whether you agree with Schwartz or think it's a bit far-fetched. I'm curious. Now, a quick look at the trading setup in the account that I manage for someone else and show you here in a completely neutral way. So you see here, Ethereum is currently in the positive, for example. I've already set a stop loss so that I can't slip into the negative. Bitcoin and the other assets are currently in the negative, but all within an acceptable range. If you look at Solana, for example, it's the only one, but it's still fighting its way up. And now we'll just take a look at what possible points might be clever for buying more. Because the market makers are currently active. But it should also be noted that the weekend is usually quite calm. A quick look at the Bitcoin heat map now in the 3-day view. We can already see two areas that are glowing quite red. Here at 94,700, that would indeed be a range that could be targeted again. So basically exactly this lower area down here. So at least we are currently in a downtrend. It could of course also be that this area up here is targeted. However, as I said, I rather suspect now that the path will lead here again. Even if we take another look at the Bitcoin chart, yes, we are currently quite precisely at the point of control. So there's a lot of volume here. And if we look at it, then we are at 94.7, roughly calculated plus or minus in this area here. And we can already see that it has been tested relatively frequently. Here, we also had corresponding rejections or a breakthrough once, and then it continued upwards. So all in all, this could be an attractive level again. I would rather align it here where this volume block ends back here. But as I said, obviously not financial advice, but I will also place a limit order there. Now a quick look at XRP. Here too, you can see on a larger scale, we are stuck in our triangle. There was rejection here, no breakthrough. It continued downwards. Now we are here at the Fibonacci line, and according to the volume, it looks very much like we could target this lower area around the point of control here again. And yes, when you look at this, there was quite a lot of movement. Now, in the last few days, yes, who knows, we'll wait and see. Depending on the breakout, it can either turn out bullish or bearish. If we take a quick look at the heat map again, yes, it's quite lit up. So we have a large volume area up here that might finally want to be reached, but also down here, it doesn't go as far down as I've seen in the chart now. We definitely have a pretty attractive zone at around 253, but you never really know how far it will go down at the core. But I would say that's already a pretty attractive value, even if you look at the price here, that it might be targeted again. A final look at Solana. So there's definitely a red sky in the evening, both above and below. Here, a block has been properly picked up and liquidated, but it also looks quite interesting down here. I would say around 166, you might notice something. This would also reflect this downtrend here again, that it gets picked up. Now let's take another look at the chart so we can see it. Well, there was Bybit. Yes, it delivered this uptrend completely and then catapulted downwards. You can see here how in this range, it's quite significant. Movement is, and it feels like there's no real up or down. However, if we take another look at 166 here, targeting from the heat map, then we also see this volume area here. And therefore, it could indeed be quite realistic. Even when you see this here, that this zone will be targeted again. That's it for now. Thank you very much for watching. I'm curious about your opinion on this. And if you want to support this video easily and for free, just briefly, leave a like. Finally, I can give you a tip. 2 days ago, I talked about the final pump on the 12th March. Yes, that is there now, and how can I even look into the crystal ball? You'll find out in this video. I can give you the tip. Check it out. There are several factors that should have a very, very strong bullish impulse. Otherwise, we'll see each other tomorrow in the next update. Until then, all the best. Bye.